Remember that brilliant idea you had last month? Maybe it was starting a podcast, finally learning guitar, or getting serious about fitness. But what happened to it? If your life feels like a graveyard of half-read books, abandoned hobbies, and forgotten goals, you're not alone. Research shows that 95% of adults procrastinate at least some of the time, and about 1 in 4 people are chronic procrastinators. That means every fourth person you meet is probably wrestling with the same struggle. Now, here's the truth. This isn't another motivational pep talk. Because let's be real, motivation doesn't last. Think about New Year's resolutions. You sign up for the gym in January, and by February, the treadmill is just sitting there. That's motivation running out. What we're talking about here is something deeper. The invisible traps that keep us from following through. The ones that make us feel like failures even though we're not lazy and we're not stupid. And once you understand these traps and how to escape them, you'll see that finishing what you start isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. So let's start with the real question. Why don't we finish even when the goal truly matters to us?
You know what's funny? Most of us think the reason we don't finish things is because we're lazy, or because we just don't want it badly enough. But science tells a very different story. The real problem isn't desire or intelligence. It's that we fall into a few predictable traps. First, there's the all-or-nothing mindset. Have you ever told yourself, if I can't do this perfectly, I shouldn't do it at all? That's why half-written novels never get finished, why a diet ends the moment we slip up, and why so many business ideas die after just one small setback. Perfectionism kills momentum. Then there's the motivation myth. We start a project with that rush of excitement, like signing up for guitar lessons or finally opening that new business notebook. But motivation is like a sugar high, sweet at first, and then it crashes fast. Waiting for motivation to magically show up every day is like waiting for lightning to strike in the same spot twice. It's not going to happen. And finally, there's a subtle trap, thinking we need to feel ready before we start. But the truth is, action creates clarity, not the other way around. Imagine waiting until you feel ready to go to the gym or to pitch that idea to your boss. You'd be waiting forever. So here's the shift. Not finishing doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. These traps are universal. We all fall into them. The real question is, how do we climb out?
Okay, let's dig deeper. Why do projects stall halfway? Why does the energy just vanish? One big reason is overwhelm. Picture this. You've got a big report due at work, or you promised yourself you'd finally organize the garage. But instead of seeing a clear path forward, your brain only sees the giant mountain in front of you. It's like standing at the bottom of Everest in flip-flops. No wonder you freeze. Another hidden cause is fear of failure, or even fear of success. Think about it. What if you start that side hustle and it flops? Embarrassing, right? But on the flip side, what if it actually works and suddenly your whole life changes? That can be scary too. So your brain takes the easy way out, stalling. Then there's shiny object syndrome. You know this one. You're halfway through a project, and suddenly a new idea feels way more exciting. Maybe it's a new app you want to build, a new workout plan, or even just binge watching that trending Netflix show. Before you know it, the original project is collecting dust while you chase something fresh. And let's not forget distractions. Phones, email, endless scrolling on TikTok. It's not just wasting time, it's hijacking your focus. In fact, studies show distraction is the #1 reason people procrastinate. Half the time, we're not even avoiding the project. We're just numbing the uncomfortable feelings around it. So here's the truth. It's not laziness, it's emotional. Procrastination is your brain's way of protecting you from discomfort. The real enemy isn't the task itself. It's the fear, the boredom, or the self-doubt attached to it. Once you see that clearly, you realize you're not fighting yourself. You're just fighting a bad system.
All right, so we've uncovered the hidden traps. But now comes the exciting part. How do we actually break through and get momentum? Let's keep it simple. Strategy number 1, the tiny step method. Instead of saying, I need to finish my novel, try, I'll just write one messy paragraph today. That's it. Tiny, almost laughably easy. Your brain resists giant goals, but it rarely resists something small. Think about it like the gym. You don't need a 45-minute hardcore workout. Just put on your sneakers and walk around the block. Most of the time, once you start, you'll keep going. That's how momentum works. It sneaks up on you after one small step. Strategy number 2, pre-commitment. Here's a powerful trick. When your motivation is high, lock in future action. For example, sign up for that photography class before you feel ready. Or tell a friend, I'll send you my draft by Friday. Now, you've built accountability outside yourself. Some people even use apps where you put money on the line. If you don't follow through, you lose cash. Sounds extreme, but it works because you're setting up clever traps for your procrastination. Strategy number 3, visible progress. Humans love progress we can see. Imagine cleaning your garage. If it looks just as messy after 10 minutes, you'll give up. But if you snap a before and after photo, even a small difference feels amazing. That sense of achievement fuels you to keep going. Same with projects. Track streaks, use a progress bar, check off tasks on a list. Every visible win gives your brain a reward hit, and that reward makes you more likely to keep showing up. Here's the beauty of these strategies. They don't require superhero willpower. You don't need to wait for the perfect mood, the perfect plan, or a lightning bolt of motivation. Instead, you design your environment so that progress feels easy, automatic, even fun.
Let's take a step back and zoom out for a moment. We've covered a lot today, so here are the big takeaways you don't want to forget. First, finishing things isn't about brute force or endless willpower. It's about creating smart systems that make progress almost automatic, like setting up your coffee maker the night before. You don't rely on morning willpower. You rely on a system. Second, self-discipline is like a muscle. You don't build it with one heroic effort. You build it slowly, rep by rep. Each small act of finishing, sending that email, writing a paragraph, folding the laundry, strengthens your ability to trust yourself. Third, you don't need to fix your whole life overnight. Start with one thing. One small win creates ripples. Read one unfinished book. Send one overdue message. Clean one drawer. That single act of completion builds confidence, and that confidence spreads into every area of your life. So here's your challenge for today. Pick one unfinished project. Just one. Maybe it's that online course you abandoned. Maybe it's the garage you promised to organize. Maybe it's as simple as trying that recipe you've saved for months. If you feel stuck,
Use the tiny step method. Do the smallest, easiest part. If you keep quitting, try pre-commitment. Tell someone, set a deadline, create accountability. If you're losing steam, focus on visible progress. Track, measure, and celebrate the little wins. And remember, don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for perfect motivation. Start now. Even 5 minutes is enough. Every time you finish something, no matter how small, you're sending your brain a powerful message. I can trust myself. I follow through. I get things done. That message builds confidence, and that confidence builds momentum. Picture this. At dinner with friends, you share how you finally finished that project. The pride, the energy, it shows, and it spills into everything else: work, health, relationships. Each small win is like a pebble dropped in water, creating ripples far beyond what you imagined.
Here's the truth. Your life is not defined by the projects you start. It's defined by the projects you finish. Don't let another brilliant idea gather dust in your notebook. Don't let another passion die halfway. You have everything you need to complete what you start. It just takes the right mindset, the right systems, and the decision to begin now. Imagine 6 months from now. You look back, and instead of a pile of half-done ideas, you see real progress. That course you completed, that side hustle you launched, that healthier routine you stuck to. That's not a fantasy. It's exactly what happens when you take consistent, small steps forward. So, here's my challenge to you. Pick one unfinished project today. Apply just one of the strategies from this video, tiny steps, pre-commitment, or visible progress. Then come back here and tell us in the comments, what's the one project you're finally going to finish? Your comment might inspire someone else to take action. And who knows, you might find an accountability partner right here in this community. If this video gave you a fresh perspective, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe for more weekly strategies on personal growth, and share this video with a friend who keeps starting but never finishing. Let's help each other break the cycle. Because, remember, you don't need more motivation, you need momentum. And once you start building it, you'll be unstoppable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, go finish what you started.